Creative revenue. Let's build. Come on. I got a creative revenue stream. Getting money and we getting money. Getting money and we getting money. Here we getting money. I got a creative revenue stream. Getting money and we getting money. Getting money and we getting money. Here we getting money, getting money. Started with a vision, not a vision paying bills. Turn a couple handshakes to a couple deals. Every loss turn to lessons, that's just how we build. You can't acquire skill if you don't do the drills. And why they chasing that attention, I'm just doing what I do. Hustle hard, feed the family, check the whip, it's brand new. Multiple streams growing, flowing like the Mississippi. Grinding all my life like I'm Aramis, who rolling with me? I got a creative revenue stream. Getting money and we getting money. Getting money and we getting money. Here we getting money. I got a creative revenue stream. Getting money and we getting money. Getting money and we getting money. Here we getting money, getting money. So we still getting money and some. Still getting money and some. Said we still getting money and some. Living it up through our passion. Still getting money and some. Said we still getting money and some. Said we still getting money and some. Said we living it up through our passions. I got a creative.
Welcome back to Creative Revenue Show. I'm here with Dannie Hemanes. He owns a AAU basketball organization, and we are excited to hear what you got to say today. Hey, Dannie, how you doing, man?
Oh, how you doing? I can hear you loud and clear.
Great, perfect. So Dannie, how did you come up with being a owner of an AAU basketball?
One day back in 2000, I was just driving off of Gessner, and I saw a little sign on the ground that says a free basketball league, Houston Rockets. We talking about back in 2000, Houston Rockets basketball league. Mm-hmm. I said, it was free. It was at Marion Park. So it was sponsored by the by city of Houston. So by me being a teacher, what I did was I said, let me do 7th grade, because a lot of those kids in 7th grade, I taught them when they was in pre-K. So I just kept in touch. So I put a team together and we signed up, and I told everybody to come up with a team name, and everybody came up with something. But so one person said, let's be Mo City Ballers. I said, oh, cool. We Mo City Ballers. So we're a rec team. So we went 2 years in a rec. And then one of the kids say, hey, coach, can we do AAU? And I said, what's AAU? I ain't know anything about AAU. I said, so I Google it, and I Google it. And I said, okay, we'll do, after the rec, we'll do AAU. Didn't know anything about AAU. I just kept that team. And then, of course, anybody that gets an AAU, I don't care who you are, you're going to always start down. I'm talking about I was getting blown out. I had to ask this one coach. I said, Coach, how can I survive in AAU? He said, Coach, you got to go recruit. I said, well, we had a rec. And he said, no, AAU way ahead of rec. I said, oh. So I studied AAU, and I started building from 1 team to 8 teams. Then I had 8 teams, and I had a record number 3 years ago, 33 teams. 33. So I took 33 teams from 1st grade, boys and girls, to 12th grade. And I tell anybody, if I never would have saw that sign in that ground, I wouldn't be standing right here as an AAU coach. I didn't know anything about basketball. So I tell anybody, this team started as a rec. Most of the ball started as a rec. And that's how I went from 1 team. Now I'm big. So they call me OG in AAU. This coming from the refs. There's teams that started in 2002 with me is no longer this. I'm
still saying it. And so when did you have your first love for basketball?
I didn't. My first love is football.
Was football.
And I was dating somebody, and her kids played football, and I went to the first practice to watch practice. I love football. I'm a football guru. I just love football. And then I started coaching football, but when football was over with, I said, I gotta do something else. Right. That's how I got basketball. But my love is always football first. but basketball is next. And I'm just going to be honest. But I love my program. I love the AAU circuit, but I always had that passion. I retired from football after
Okay.
winning 3 Super Bowls. I was just strictly.
So was it hard getting your second, third, fourth team? How hard was that to start gathering
Well,
AAU teams?
well, this is where I was a football coach, and then all those football parents asked about basketball. But first, I'm a
Oh,
teacher, so I had 300 kids in my private school, so I was able to recruit all the kids from my private school. And then I've been in the game, so everybody know me in the community behind me being a teacher since '92. So I had all those parents brought their kids to me. So it wasn't hard. It was just every January, people just hits me up and say,
mhm.
I heard about your organization. And that's how, when one level gets full, I start another level. But I'm also blessed where I had coaches came in bringing their own teams up under my umbrella because
Oh, wow. So basically, it's all about networking. And so you was a teacher and you was a football coach. So being a great person, a great teacher, and a great coach helped you gain those other kids, other teams.
easy. It was easy because on the group chat, the parents would say, man, how we do football? And I just say, hey, I'm the cheapest in the org. Is nobody going to pay $100 a month? People still
Mhm.
say, man, how do you still survive? But so when I'm able to get any kids I want because my fees was low.
Mm.
It's low you compared to anybody else. The key was I didn't want to get all the great players because the great players don't want to pay and they want to play on these other teams. So me, I just say, hey, I'm gonna get all kids that nobody wants
Mm.
because my price beats my price. And then you're practicing at a school district where it's hard to get. I'm the only person in A-Leaf history, A-Leaf ISD. We at Harlip and Taylor that nobody can. When they say how you get A-Leaf, I say, man, it's all about who. So
Well,
I'm the first person to ever host a tournament in the A-Leaf district, and because I used to try back then, they say, man, ain't nobody can get A-Leaf, but it just I've been around, but it's easy getting kids because it's affordable, and my kids are practicing in gyms. I
mhm.
will say this here: we started at the park. We started at the
So,
park, 100 degrees, but we just it is word of mouth. It's just
word of
word of
mouth.
mouth.
And Danny, how much does it cost to run a organization like that?
That's a great question because a lot of these coaches, they all hit me up. These new AAU coaches and program directors, they hit me up and I give them the 411. I tell them, be prepared to come out your pocket. And that's what I did. I had to use when we get in AAU, the seventh grade, a lot of kids that's in seventh grade and up, it's hard financially. Well, I'm not going to say that. Parents don't want to pay. So what I was doing, cashing my check, because remember, I wasn't married. I had no kids. So again, I didn't have no extra. I didn't have to pay nothing. So I was just cashing my checks, putting them in tournaments. Didn't have to worry about gyms because I was at the park. So, but I tell every coach, every director, be prepared to come out your pocket. I say now, how you gonna get your money back when you have to pay anything? You got to start at first grade. And a lot of these organizations they start with high school. I guess because their kids in high school. I said, well, coach, high school really ain't gonna pay, and then when they graduate, what you got back? What you gonna do now? So that's the value I have. I have no kids in this organization, so I'm always recruit first graders.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you
Yes, now.
I guess my phone ring and did that. I'm sorry. I lost my thought. Oh, so I always start first grade. And I pour into elementary because those parents are going to pay. When they get to 7, 8, 9, we got to chase after them. We got to do this and this. But I tell you, if you're going to do your own organization, be prepared to come out your pocket. And I came in my pocket for 2 or 3 years. People are looking at me right now how successful I am. I say, well, shoot, y'all didn't see back in the days when I used to pack 10 cars in my little small car, making 3 or 4 trips, feeding them, paying for the tournaments. I did all that. So when people say, man, so I go back, all the stuff I did back in the days, people say, man, Coach Dan, I remember you dropping these kids off, you paying for their tournaments. Kids stay with me in the summertime. Well, everybody can trust me. I'm known in Missouri. I'm good with the youth. So I came out of my pocket. I fed them. And the parents, they never asked anything. But Eventually, I had to realize, hey, Danny, you can't do this for the rest of you. You got to start charging this people. So that's what I started doing. I started charging. But you're going to come out your pocket at the beginning.
How did you recoup your money back? So if you pay for the kids, how do you recoup your money?
You never know. I just know that the last 10 years with 30 teams paying their fees, I've been saying I'm getting what I put in. You're going to always get it back. You just don't know. But also, I started hosting tournaments. I started hosting tournaments where my teams can play in my tournaments for free. That's why I keep people say, why you keep your fees low? I say, because I host tournaments now and my team get in my tournament. And then people come to my tournament, I let them in free if they let my teams free in their tournament. So there was no need for me to raise my fees up. So God not sleep. Now, if I only had one team, I would have to charge $300 a month. Gym at the district schools are $148 an hour. So when I started hosting tournaments, and I had a large organization, so what you poured in, you're gonna get it back. It may take it may take 10 years. So I just know that I'm good now. I wasn't when I say I'm not no death in that when I first started. You might come out maybe 1,000 or 2,000 out your pocket for that year. Maybe 2,000. Probably less than that because I didn't have to pay the gyms. I was blessed. See, the gyms really hurts me. So I just say now, when I'm hosting tournaments, this weekend I have 155 teams. Now, when I start hosting tournaments, they'll tell you the only person that hosts tournament the most teams is Coach Danny. And right now it's 5 tournaments. Nobody wants to. So on my tournaments, and I'm just going to be honest, I have worked. I retired from school 2 years ago. So my tournament is my livelihood. That's my life. So that's why I don't work. I'm just blessed. And that's why I go back so long. People say, Coach Danny, people that say OG in the game, they say, Coach Danny, you're successful now because you start off at the bottom.
Yes.
People don't start off the bottom. People start at the top. People want to be greedy, charging all these people $300 a month, $275 a month. And I know because they come to my organization, when I tell them the price, they say, what's the catch? I say, ain't no catch. So now I'm everywhere I go, every gym I go to, the refs come up to me. All the refs in Houston know my name. Not in a bad way. I'm just saying, it's the respect. All the coaches are. Why do you think I can get 155 teams? That's the most. In March, I had 152. April, I had 142. And everybody's intimidated. If you're a tournament director, you on the same weekend, you're not gonna want to compete with me. Right. So I just think all my blessings coming from what I did back then, and I do get emotional when people say, "Man, you lucky." I say, "No, y'all didn't see the struggles I had. 10 big old grown kids in my car. I'm making 3 trips, putting some in a trunk." Wow. Sometimes I get emotional because nobody's seen what I did back. Everybody look at me now,
right?
But nobody's seen what I've been through. And we're not talking about one. We're talking about for 3 years. I'm keeping the kids at my house for when school is out. And then you got parents calling me on the off season, say, "Coach, when is basketball season?" Because my child is staying in trouble. And I said, "Well, ma'am, it starts in January." They keep off season. Can you hear me now? During the off season, the parents, kids, I'll be honest, gets in trouble with the law. Juveniles, I had to go up to, I said, but I can't keep them on the off season because I do football at the time. But to make a point is, nobody's seen what I've been through. Nobody. We're talking about if we play at 8 o'clock, Mr. Milton, if we play at 8 a.m., I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, picking up 3 kids, dropping them off. They were a little older, so they was able to sit outside till I come back. Made 3 trips, 3 different counties, picking up kids. And I get a little emotional because when you look back, I tell myself, how did you do this? I wouldn't do it now, but I'm just saying. So yes. I'm getting emotional because nobody, I don't tell this story to nobody is like this here. I'm going deep into this here.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But
and you know what? People see the goodness in you. People see the mentor, the father figure in you, and they just want to gravitate towards you. If you was a deviant guy, they wouldn't have their kids nowhere near you. And,
I agree.
Right. And the fact that you're helping these boys, they need that father figure, and you are instilling discipline and basketball sports and that team camaraderie. that's going to help them in life or whatever.
And that's what they all tell me. And my little 7th grade team I have now, 5 of them basically stay at my house on the weekends. Well, a couple of them asked, can they come yesterday after practice? So my 7th grade team, they go everywhere I go. Then we're going to Vegas next week. Guess what? They stand at my house. I'm getting them all up to the flight. They all flying with me. And you hear me now? What happens is that when they're calling me, see, at first this morning, did nobody call me. Now everybody's trying to call me. I'm sorry. But so all kids, 5 of my kids, they stay at my house from Friday to Sunday because half of them live in Katy, half of them live in Pasadena. So they stay at my house. And literally, I just put on a group text, hey, I'm on my way to come get you. The parents trust me so bad, I don't even go to the parents because I really think it saves them money if I take them. Or,
of course. So, Danny, do you have a sponsor or
no, sir. I don't do
sponsor?
sponsor. I don't have to because I host tournaments.
Gotcha.
So my team is fully sponsored because I host tournaments. That's just 2 or 3 tournaments a month. I'm blessed just to sponsor my own team because it's my little select team and they do they come with me, but I don't ask for that. I just think if I understand a sponsor, I don't need to sponsor. I don't need a sponsorship because my parents pay their monthly fees. I'm not greedy, so I'm not going to get a sponsors and paying y'all fees. It would be right. And if I do get a sponsor, who do I put the money on? Because I got
too many teams.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So you started off low as far as getting not the greatest kids, but just the kids who wanted to play, kids who were young, 1st grade, 2nd grade, and who wanted to play. And then after you gained the trust of the parents in the community, then you really start getting the fees and more students or whatever.
Exactly. You just said it. Exactly.
Yeah. So you don't need sponsors, you know what I'm saying?
I don't need sponsors.
So how do you find the coaches?
Everybody wants to be a part of the OG, most of the ball. Let me be honest. Mm-hmm. So when they hit me up about, let's say if you hit me up about Jonathan, you say, well, coach, I used to coach. I don't mind being an assistant. They always say that's their favorite line. I don't mind being an assistant. So I say, well, hey, I can get you a team. You want to be the head coach? They'll say, so they fall right up my alley. So I don't start a team until I get a coach. And the dads come to me and he wants to coach. And I got so many coaches now that I coached them back then. I got a lot of Mo City ballers, former players.
Oh, that's cool.
And I like those kind because they played the game and they know how to. The ones that my young coaches, the ones that played the game are my better coaches. Besides my lady coaches are real good. But them young coaches like 21, 22, they play for Mo City ballers. Mm-hmm. When I watch them coaching practice, they teaching them the same thing that they was taught. So I love the young coaches that's coming from my program. So I don't have no problem. I had 4 people hit me up saying they want to be a fall ball coaches. I say, well, I get fall ball teams, I hit you up. But I've never had no problem with it. When you talking about somebody that's been in the game a long time, you're going to come to me. If you was a coach, I guarantee you'll come to me too. Because I make it so easy. Then the coaches' kids are free.
Oh,
head coaches.
So give incentives, you know what I mean, to come and coach and you can play free.
I can't afford to pay them because I don't charge $100 and all that goes to general. Mm-hmm. I just be blessed to get tournaments free. I'm just blessed for that. But head coaches are free and you can't beat that. You just can't beat that.
So the coaches are free. Oh wow. So
do the math. If I have 30 teams. So that's 30 head coaches. Every head coach got a kid. I'm the only one that got a kid. So basically, I'm losing 3,000, but I'm not tripping because as long as I pay that gym, I'm satisfied. I go sleepless nights when parents tells me. I'm gonna be honest when they say, "Well, coach, I got into my breaks when my thing," but they don't understand. This is why I have a meeting every year. I sit there every meeting, so they always have it come back to you.
And what you're doing right now is creative. You saw a sign and you went to, and you have no idea what you was doing at first. And then you learned as you went and you got creative revenue as far as starting low with your numbers of your kids and making different revenue streams, you know what I'm saying, with your business. So that's creative.
Whatever's on my mind, my instinct, my experience, instincts.
Exactly. Guys, thank you so much, guys, for coming to today's show. Please like, subscribe, and see you next time, guys. Peace. All right.
Creative revenue. Let's build. Come on. I got a creative revenue stream. Getting money and we getting money. Getting money and we getting money. Here we getting money. I got a creative revenue stream. Getting money and we getting money. Getting money and we getting money. Here we getting money. Started with a vision, not a vision, paying bills. Turn a couple handshakes to a couple deals. Every loss turn to lessons, that's just how we build. You can't acquire skill if you don't do the drills. And while they chasing that attention, I'm just doing what I do. Hustle hard, feed the family, check the whip, it's brand new. Multiple streams growing, flowing like the Mississippi. Grinding all my life like I'm Aramis, who rolling with me? I got a creative revenue stream. Getting money and we getting money. Getting money and we getting money. Here we getting money. I got a creative revenue stream. Getting money and we getting money. Getting money and we getting money. Here we getting money. So we still getting money and some. Still getting money and some. Said we still getting money and some. Living it up through our passion. Still getting money and some. Said we still getting money and some. Said we still getting money and some. Said we living it up through our passions.